Hi, everybody. Should I buy this RV? I see that question a lot on the Ember groups. For those that don't know, and most of you probably do, I am an owner of the Ember RV brand. I have an Ember Overland RV. I'm an early adopter. I love the RV. It's totally awesome. Every RV has its problems. The Ember is not unique, but I absolutely love it. And that's where I usually see this question a lot, is on the Ember groups. But I also see it on a lot of other Facebook groups that I'm involved with, RV Life, and I'm in a lot of Facebook groups. And the question always comes up, should I buy this RV? Sometimes it's from a different perspective, but it's generally the same question. Somebody's deciding whether or not to take this huge leap into maybe one of the biggest purchases they've ever made outside of a home. And they're asking, should they buy it? And I generally give the same answers over and over again. I thought this video will help. I can just paste in this video in the future. But here's the answer. Should you buy it financially speaking, like as an investment? Should you take your dollars that you probably only have so many of and spend it on an RV? From a financial planning perspective, I think most investors and financial planners would say absolutely not. Don't buy an RV or a boat. All you're going to do is spend a lot of money to buy something that's going to depreciate in value, and it's going to cost you a lot more money in the future. You're sort of committing to maintenance money, storage, insurance. If you got it on a loan, right, you're paying interest, and the asset's just losing value, first at a very fast rate and then at a decent rate for the remainder of its life. So if you're just thinking, is it financially wise to buy an RV? The answer is always no. Don't buy an RV. It's not financially wise. However, that's not really what people are thinking about. And there is other value to be examined, and that is the value of enjoying your purchase. I like to recreate and enjoy RVing. I like traveling in an RV. I like driving in an RV. I like having an RV when I roll into tourist spots. And I just like everything there is about RV travel and RV vacationing. I have now for decades, and that is valuable. So that's why, even though it's not a good financial decision, I did buy an RV, and I bought it on a loan, and I pay interest, and I pay insurance, and I pay storage, and I pay for maintenance, and I pay a lot for gas. And yeah, it's not financially wise, but it is definitely a good choice for me and my family. But really what people are often asking about is, should I buy this brand or this type or this model of RV? That's really what the crux of the question usually is. And to be blunt, every RV maker, every brand out there has its problems. There is not a problem-free brand that just doesn't have problems. And in fact, if you think there's a brand or a model out there that you won't find anything bad about that one, I challenge you to put it in the comments saying, I bet you won't see anything bad about this one, and I'll go find something bad about it. All RVs have somebody out there complaining. The internet has a way of concentrating the complaints and filtering out the positives. Most people who are happy with their RV aren't running around in different forums posting about how happy they are, other than me. But a lot of people are posting when they're upset, when it's negative experience, when they're frustrated. That's when they go and post. So you're going to see negative stuff about any RV you look up. And that's why you want to think about the warranty. That matters almost more than the brand or the type. Does it have a good, solid warranty? With the Ember, it's a 1, 2, 3 warranty is the sort of how they label and market their warranty. It means you can change owners once. You've got 2 years across the whole thing. And I believe it's 3 years for structural. Make sure you read the warranty, but I believe that's the general gist of the 1, 2, 3 warranty. And you're seeing a lot more of these 2-year and 3-year warranties coming from RV manufacturers because they know this is the crux, right? You don't want to be stuck with an RV that has an issue and you don't realize it for 6 months. It takes another 6 months for it to really come to fruition, and now you're out of warranty. That sucks. So make sure you have a good manufacturer warranty. I'm not going to advocate for the aftermarket extended warranties so much here, but you definitely want to make sure you have a good, solid warranty. And if you do love this RV and you do have a warranty, then the final thing to really figure out is, can you trust your dealer? That is a loaded question. I know. Can you trust a car dealer? No offense to all you RV dealers out there. But really what this comes down to is your RV dealer going to handle your warranty claims in a timely and an efficient manner, advocating for your needs? The good news is when they get you a warranty fix, they get paid by the manufacturer. So you and your dealer are sort of on the same side of that equation, right? You both want this work to be approved under warranty. So you need to partner with them and have them, advocate for your behalf. But if they are slow to respond, if they have a backlog, maybe not so many bays to be able to handle the workflow, you need to be suspect of that. That's what you need to research. You need to find out, is this dealer going to turn my RV repair around in a timely manner? Are they going to advocate well for my warranty? Do they have a good service claims department? Have the people in there been around for a while? Really high turnover is a bit of a concern, right? If everybody you talk to in the service department says they've been here 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, unless it's a brand new dealership, I would be worried about that. If the service manager's been there for 10 years, you're probably pretty okay here, I mean, guy's got to be doing something right. So yeah, do the research. You might even want to kind of, lurk around the service area and maybe talk to a couple customers outside saying, hey, I see you're picking up your trailer. How long did it take, right? If you start hearing 3 months, 4 months, be concerned. Woody's RV, I don't think they ever held anything more than a couple of weeks for me. Often they did turnarounds in just a few days. And there were a couple times where they had me pulling my trailer and I just sat there in my truck while they fixed up or did something and I pulled away. Literally that kind of service is what you're looking for. I can't say all the Woodies are like that, but Woody's RV World in Abbotsford is top notch. In fact, somewhere there's a social media post where I even bought them pizza once because they did such a great job and didn't charge me a thing that I thought sending $50 a pizza for a whole bunch of RV repairs is a big win for everybody, right? Easy for me to shell out and it was a great way to acknowledge and thank a crew that most of the time kept me pretty darn happy. So make sure your dealer is someone you're ready to have a relationship with. And the other thing about your dealer is make sure your dealer is close. This is so important. I've made this mistake. Just assume you're going to take your RV in a handful of times. Assume a dozen times over 3 years. Just maybe even more, right? Now, if you had to do that and you had to drive 500 miles or, go 800 kilometers or something just to take your RV in for repairs, that's ridiculous. So it may limit your choices, but buy that RV locally from a local dealer close to you. These are not like cars where you can take them to any Ember dealer and just have it fixed. Admittedly, folks like Ember, if you're traveling, will make it work. They'll get you into a dealership that can handle the Ember and get you fixed up while you're on the road. But for the most part, standard operating procedure is your RV repairs are done at the dealership that you bought it from. And if you have a big chain and they're good with you taking it other places, sure. But I was told that by a previous dealer on a previous RV. They told me you can take it to any one of these dealerships in the chain. But it turns out they all operated independently. So when I went to the local dealership to get my repair, they had to contact the other dealership. And then they basically had a whole nother layer of approvals to go through every time I needed something fixed. It was like asking for something special, something unique, something they weren't ready to handle. Well, you bought this out there in Kelowna. This is here in Vancouver. And we have to contact them. And, and every time it was a 3-way email of monumental proportions. That's why I made sure when I bought my Ember, I bought it locally from Woody's, the only place I could buy it. I strongly recommend that you buy your RV close to you, unless you're a really handy person who's expecting to fix all those problems themselves. In which case, what's the point of having a warranty, huh? Do your research. I would even say that researching the dealer is more important than researching the brand of the RV and what people are saying about it. Assume your RV is going to have some problems. Assume it's going to have like one significant or a couple of significant problems. That's what your warranty and your dealer is there for. And if they're not going to back you, then you need to back away. So if you love this RV and it's got a warranty and you feel good about the dealer, just go buy it. I mean, enjoy yourself. Life is short. Get busy living, like we say on this channel all the time. Don't break your bank. Don't put your family's financial, livelihood in jeopardy just to buy an RV. But if you can afford it, go enjoy it. If you can pay it down a little faster, do it, especially if you're on a loan. Try to put some extra payments towards that loan. A little extra payments goes a long way in reducing that balance. Should I buy this RV? The answer is always yes, pretty much from my perspective. If it really comes down to if you love it. And on that note, they always say if you're going to go buy something, a house, an RV, do not fall in love with it until you own it. The idea is it puts you in a really bad bargaining position if you fall in love with it before you own it. I tell everybody that, and I don't practice that. And the last RV that I bought, the Ember, was one of the only ones in all of Canada, or at least Western Canada, that I could get access to. It was the exact one I wanted. I had to have it shipped in from another location. I had no bargaining position. It was clear I wanted this single RV, and I paid handsomely for that desire. So if you really love your RV, just don't let the dealer know. You need to be able to walk away. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helped you stack sort of the priorities of what your decision making is going to be. Don't worry about somebody out there saying, "Oh, this brand is crap," or "Oh, this model is stupid." Unless it's unanimous across the internet, I would not listen to that too much. Take into consideration, but every RV's got problems. So if you love the RV and you can afford the RV, and you can make sure that the dealer is a good, reputable dealer you're ready to have a relationship with, and it's got a good warranty, just go buy it. Enjoy yourself. Get out there, use it a bunch at first so you can break everything and have them fix it. Again, I hope this was helpful. I hope this earned your subscription. If you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget, we got a whole bunch of merchandise out there, a bunch of cool, funny shirts, cool hats, mugs, everything you'd want. Click on the link below to check out our site. This channel needs your support. I just had 2 videos demonetized because they were too edgy. So I need your support in other ways as I lose all of my YouTube monetization. Hopefully this one doesn't get demonetized. Have a great day and get busy living.